It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cowboys and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Cowboys in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where it can swing the ball to the back of the space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and 4th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
After the career that he's had in the NFL thus far, you get the sense that he was underrated coming out of college. Not just great intangibles, but the ability to make plays come alive, whether he's exiting the pocket or throwing from within the confines of it.
Let's go! Let's go!
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this one is incomplete.
You're not going anywhere, man. What are you doing? You can't get past
deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. CeeDee Lamb deep for the Cowboys. A little juke. Muscles him off. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott set to go on offense for the first time. And with Dak at the controls, his 6th season under center now as the Cowboys quarterback.
You remember last year he got off to an incredible start. Threw for over 450 yards in 3 straight weeks, including 502 against the Cleveland Browns in Week 4. Just 4 yards short of the franchise's single-game record. Then came his injury in Week 5 that pretty well derailed the Cowboys season.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. The give is to Elliott. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Cowboy 1st down there, Prescott to Gallup.
Michael Gallup is the unsung member of the Cowboys receiving corps, but he's made some big catches during his time in Dallas. Now in his 4th season, he makes another one there.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th. Some mistakes already in the 1st quarter. If he holds on to that one, 1st down.
Yeah, I'll guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
They'll run it with Elliott, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
They run again on 1st down. Cook, and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. Oh, look at the juke. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Cousins. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, 38 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Prescott now. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to Elliott running left. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Prescott to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Looks like they went for the combo play there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
2nd and 10. Play action now. Prescott. Dancing to his left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Elliott. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This is our time. Our time.
Prescott on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott escaping the pressure right. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Now Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession, and they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
That ball don't belong to you, boy.
After review of the play, the rule on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's second and goal. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. To throw is Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And now out comes Minnesota. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. A first down throw for Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. Now Cook hit and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Now Prescott. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24.
A short gain that doesn't get on the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And complete, right side to Cook. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
$10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Cook. Cook, a 1st down and more. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 60 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Cousins to throw it. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And he's got room. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
On the ground, it's Cook. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
The Vikings on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Cousins now. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Joseph's got it. And that will knot us up at 10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is Tony Pollard. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And out now come the Cowboys. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. 59 yards on the ground for him so far.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
And when you think of the Vikings, you think of a team that brings a lot of pressure to the quarterback, but a surprise in 2020. Only 23 sacks as a unit last year, so they're in need of bigger production from their pass rush in 2021. Remember, last year's numbers, they were in the bottom 5 in the NFL. No way they want a repeat of that.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. A give to Elliott. Bust through the tackle. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
about that strategy there, Brandon. Third down, they just said, we got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Well, the veteran in his first year with the Cowboys, Brian Anger, on to punt. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They start the drive with Cook. A beautiful fake. Keanu Neal, the former Falcon, up to make the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down, Vikings. Handoff comes to Cook. Able to slither by. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 110 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They run, Cook. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Cook on the 1st down carry there as he works his way forward for a gain of about 4.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he loses the football a 2nd time. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
The previous play is under review.
And the
question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Give to Cook out of the gun. Gets around him, and they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a first down.
To throw is Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Cousins. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick by Joseph is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game, because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott. And incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And it's actually been out of the backfield, handing the ball off where they've had a lot of success. So if you're the quarterback, do you just maybe say, maybe this isn't my day, our running game's going so well, you just continue to lean on that?
I agree. That's exactly what you do. And you have to kind of take your ego and put it aside because you always think your next throw is going to be your best throw, right? Your next play is going to be your best play. Lean on what's working for you right now. That should help carry your team to victory if things keep going in the direction that they are.
Yeah, because the formula has them the lead currently. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They find some open field here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And Viking fans spent plenty of time wondering how they were going to replace Stephon Diggs when he left for Buffalo. But I think most would agree now that Justin Jefferson was the best rookie receiver in football last year. 88 catches for an even 1,400 yards. I would say the numbers don't lie.
Now Cousins. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Cousins. This is caught. Touchdown. Chris Herndon from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
You get down near the goal line, this is what having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Joseph on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now Pollard. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On 2nd and very short, Prescott. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Prescott now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first half, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in by Cooper here.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott swinging this out for Pollard. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott steps away to his left. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Cowboys. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first two quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
10th carry now for Elliott. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 4. On play action, Cousins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to. But a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, would have been 4th down.
Exactly.
Cook. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so, and one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Joseph now to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now Pollard. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Prescott, his throw incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And that's gonna be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you, someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. They go play action. Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Play fake, Cousins. Stacker's got it, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Second and 7. A give. This is Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And on third down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. Cousins to throw it. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 46. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Cook. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Following the good run by Cook, here's another first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Here's Cousins. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Now a run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Again, it's Cook, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the night, and the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
Point after, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Dallas offense set for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go to Elliott again. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yards to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really, that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage in big plays, and your team's winning. The only people upset, the fantasy guys who may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with a recipe of the ground game. And a nice job there skipping away from the 1 tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins. It's complete to Cook. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Cook running right. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Cousins now. And this is Cook with the ground. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Well, it's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Throwing, Cousins. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. Not much there, only a yard. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd and 9.
Prescott to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here in the 1st down. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Dak and the offense still out there. They're going to go for it. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now. I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
Second and 16.
And again, it's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 44 yards.
And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet, and you're going to be in heavy rotation on all the highlight shows. and you might even make a magazine cover or two.
He's hoping for more, the cherry on top maybe, as this game goes forward. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive with Cook, and he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Prescott's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Elliott running right. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. To the sideline, wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Again, it's Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, 2nd half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott. Touchdown! Dak Prescott hooking up with Amari Cooper. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Zerline good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. From the 27, Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
To try again after the sack, Cousins. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Randy Gregory. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. Dak Prescott on the offense heading back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. A first down throw for Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Prescott on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now he steps away, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now Dak. And this is going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Prescott. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right, except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 18.
is here, baby.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They run it again with Cook. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth-quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we did not err, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.